Now, from WJLA TV, this is News 7 at 11.
A Northwest D.C. 2-year-old remains in critical condition tonight after a fall from her 4-story bedroom window.
And can a movie inspire violence? Prince George's County Police say the film Menace to Society may have been a factor in the murder of a restaurant owner. Good evening, everyone. I'm Paul Berry.
And I'm Kathleen Matthews. Thanks for joining us tonight. Our top story, the continuing fascination with Michael Jackson and his bride of 1 year, Lisa Marie Presley. After 2 years of personal turmoil and relentless rumors, the King of Pop was finally ready to clear the air on a number of issues tonight on Primetime Live, including the allegations of child sexual abuse at his Neverland Ranch that threatened to send his career into ruin.
There's not going to be more of these sleepovers in which people have to wonder.
Nobody wonders. It's all moral and it's all pure. I don't even think that way. It's not what's in my heart.
So you'll do it again?
Ever. Do what again?
I mean, you'll have a child sleeping over.
Of course. They want.
Yes.
It's on the level of purity and love and just innocence, complete innocence. If you're talking about sex, and that's...
His wife, Lisa Marie, was also indignant that people would think her husband would do anything illegal or harmful to children. Well, what do Jackson fans think about tonight's revelations?
What do they think? Here's a sampling from Alexandria.
Because everybody's trying to say he's a bad person about the situation that happened. But I mean, just telling you what he's going through and stuff like that. So, you know, the stuff that people don't really hear about.
I've been a Michael Jackson fan for a very long time. He's just fascinating.
And in a poll to be released next month by U.S. Magazine, a majority of Jackson fans believe he will be able to regain his superstar status. Well, tonight's interview opened the Jacksons' private lives to public scrutiny, providing answers to questions many fans have often wondered about. But who is Lisa Marie Presley? News 7's Laurie Stokes traveled to Memphis, where the legend of Elvis Presley began, and why some fans profess to still be all shook up over the Jackson-Presley union.
3 to get ready, now go, can't go.
A year ago, the world was shocked as the King of Rock and Roll's daughter, Lisa Marie, married the King of Pop, Michael Jackson.
I think it's a big joke, to be honest with you. I really do.
Well, if that's what they want, it's their thing, and let them do it.
To put it all in perspective, you have to travel to Memphis, where Elvis Presley strolled into the legendary Sun studio, cut a record, and became a star.
Me down, step in my face.
Born in Tupelo, Mississippi in 1935, a poor country boy who could strum a guitar and sounded like no one else. When he died at 42 years old, he was already a legend.
I want you, I need you, and I love you.
One of millions who come to Elvis's mansion, Graceland.
The legend lives right outside the mansion. Written on this stone wall are terms of endearment like Elvis, we love you, and Elvis rules.
I just loved Elvis. I couldn't even go into the meditation garden without breaking down.
They married as Jackson was on the rebound from unproven allegations of molesting young boys.
I think it's saved his image. Whether it's helped or not remains to be seen, I think.
Along Bill Street, a jazz and blues quarter, Elvis lives.
We're going to do a medley of Elvis tunes. Go like this. Wow.
When she started to get 4 and 5 years old, you know, she would call him Elvis, and he said, "Don't call me Elvis, call me Daddy." And
Elvis's buddy, George Klein, a popular Memphis DJ.
I told Elvis, he came downstairs one night, and I said, "Hey, Elvis," he said, I just asked Lisa if she wanted some candy. You know what she said? He said, "What'd you say?" I said, she said, yeah, yeah.
He says Elvis would approve of Lisa Marie's marriage, and
I think it had to be the real deal, and I'm very happy for him.
For the money, for the show, we get ready now.
In Memphis, Laurie Stokes, News 7.
Well, Michael and Lisa Marie reportedly visit Graceland several times a year.
Well, in other news tonight, a guilty verdict for one of 3 men accused in a deadly robbery, a shooting that may have been inspired by a movie. 17-year-old Jason Tarrant Chase was not the gunman, but a Prince George's County jury ruled that he's still guilty in the murder of a restaurant owner. Chase and the other suspects say they watched the movie Menace to Society just before the shooting. The other 2 suspects will be tried at a later date. Well, have the executives of Time Warner sold their souls? Senator Bob Dole says that's exactly what they did by producing violent movies and rap music that assault the social fabric of this nation. For 2 weeks, Time Warner executives ducked the issue, but tonight News 7's Chip Reed caught up with them at the Washington premiere of the new Batman movie.
According to Senator Bob Dole, Hollywood is producing nightmares of depravity.
That we must hold Hollywood and the entire entertainment industry accountable for putting profit ahead of common decency.
Dole singled out Time Warner as the worst offender for producing movies like Natural Born Killers.
In recent weeks, Time Warner's critics have called them everything from Slime Warner to America's leading cultural polluter. Now they're trying to emphasize their family fare to get back in the public's good graces.
Time Warner chairman Jerry Levin, who refused interviews with even his own publication after Dole's comments, finally spoke up at the Washington premiere of the new Batman movie.
What did you think when Bob Dole said that Time Warner executives had sold their souls?
No, I really don't want to engage in any kind of public debate. I think he was sadly misinformed because this is a great company that does things that are highly beneficial for this society.
Levin cited more wholesome movies like Batman Forever and A Little Princess. But recent polls show most Americans agree with Dole that when it comes to sex and violence, Hollywood goes too far.
I actually saw that movie, Natural Born Killers, and when I left the movie, I didn't think... You feel that killing wasn't all that bad of a thing. You walk out thinking, you know, I could do that.
But the polls also show most Americans believe the First Amendment gives Hollywood the right to do as it pleases. Some say that leads to an obvious conclusion.
What would be nice is if the industry would somehow feel the need to regulate themselves.
But many moviegoers say Hollywood will feel that need only if people stop spending their money on excessively violent movies. In Washington, Chip Reed, News 7.
Well, Time Warner Chairman Levin told Chip he has not spoken with Senator Dole since Dole chastised Hollywood, but Levin says he hopes to be able to start a dialogue with Senator Dole on this issue.
And imagine a computer chip in your television set that lets you zap violent or other objectionable programs off the TV screen. Well, imagine no more. It's part of the telecommunications overhaul bill in front of the Senate. The amendment would require that new TV sets contain such a chip. The amendment's author estimates the chips could be installed for about $5 each.
Rescued pilot Scott O'Grady wouldn't let aching feet stop him from keeping a promise. When News 7 continues, he leaves the hospital for Larry King Live, then back to the hospital again. We have that story coming up.
Plus, House Speaker Newt Gingrich opens the lines of communication to the people of the district. That's coming up next.
It's a frightening ordeal for any parent to discover that your toddler has fallen from a bedroom window, tumbling down 4 stories to the ground.
Well, that's what happened late this afternoon in Northwest, and as News 7's Kathy Foster Johnson reports, a 2-year-old girl struggles to survive after this unfortunate yet preventable accident.
Says she was walking to her mailbox here in the 6,000 block of 13th Place when she saw a toddler fall from this 4-story window.
And I heard something go boom, and I looked back, and it was the baby, and she hit the wall, and then she hit the ground.
Her neighbor then ran to the rescue.
And she blacked out about 2 or 3 times, and then we got ice and put it on there, and her eye and mouth just started gushing blood.
According to police, the child's bed is located near the window. She apparently pushed out the screen and fell out. The Washington metro area has seen its share of accidents like this. In this case, fortunately, the child survived.
Certainly she was fortunate. Anything over a couple of stories can lead to death.
Hospital officials warn this time of year when the weather heats up, all kinds of accidents involving children are just bound to happen.
People are more active, the windows are open, kids are out playing. They're going to be more active and you're just going to expect it.
Experts advise you to keep a close eye on the kids this time of year. They say you may even want to consider finding a way to secure the windows, especially if you're more than 2 stories off the ground. This child's father was at home at the time of the accident. Her parents had no idea what to expect when they arrived at Children's Hospital. In Northwest Washington, Kathy Foster Johnson, News 7.
And doctors at Children's Hospital tell News 7 the 2-year-old is in critical condition after suffering a skull fracture in that fall.
Well, if you live in the district, House Speaker Newt Gingrich wants to know what you think about D.C.'s future. Today, Mr. Gingrich heard from Mayor Barry and other city leaders on how to pull the district out of its financial mess. Both sides say the meeting had an air of cooperation. Mr. Gingrich says Congress has been moving too slowly in dealing with D.C.
It became obvious to me that there was a grave danger the people of the district would think that they had no standing. I want to, frankly, spend this month and next month reversing that and getting across it. We want to participate. We want to listen.
The Speaker says he'll slow down